If you do push-ups every day and you often feel the problem of your wrist hurting and bending when doing them, then you need to watch this video because I go through the same thing and I know exactly how to deal with the problem. So listen carefully. At the time of filming this video right now, I have a wrist injury myself on my right hand, and I always have this injury on my right hand. I mean, not always, but very often, and it's never on my left, it's always on my right, and I always wonder, like, why is that? And I've been realizing, like, from doing push-ups, the reason it's on my right hand always is because I naturally tend to focus on my right hand more when doing the push-up and put my weight more on the right hand rather than the left hand. So I inflict more weight and more pain into my right wrist than my left wrist, and that causes these problems to occur. If you experience the same issues with you getting wrist injuries like every now and then, like every couple of months or so, then you need to consider doing the following. You need to consider realizing like how exactly you're doing the push-ups or the exercise that's causing that injury to occur. And you need to realize that you have to inflict the weight right in the middle. So be consciously aware of doing that while doing the push-up. Do not go to one arm more than the other, but be in the middle, be balanced. And if, for example, you usually tend to inflict more weight onto your right arm and right hand, then try to inflict more weight onto your left arm this time. So flip it. Because even when you actually deliberately try to do it on the left arm instead of the right arm, you will not actually inflict more weight or an overload of weight, because you just tend to do it on the right arm. At least that's how it is with me, and I know this could help a lot of guys like me who constantly do push-ups every day, and you know, sometimes your arms and your wrists get tired of it. And so this is the advice that I would give you. Another piece of advice is that when you actually get this wrist injury, what you should do is not to stop doing the push-ups or stop the exercise completely, but instead you actually need to double down on the exercise. Now I know this might sound weird and this might sound like I'm being such a tough guy on you, but it's the truth, bro. That's what works for me, bro. Rest days and rests never work for me. They never worked, because every time I rest, it's like my arm needs more and more rest. It's like my hand needs rest for more than a week in order to fully recover, and so I can't wait for it for more than a week, like without doing the exercise, because that would first of all make my arm size smaller, and that would just not feel good for me. Like, I'm so used to being disciplined and I don't want to quit. I don't want to get complacent for this stupid issue that occurs. So if you're like me, if you're somewhat like me, then you would relate to this. So you're doing the push-up, still try to do it even when your wrist is hurting a little bit. Still try to do it the next day. Still do it. Now if it's hurting like too much, like you can't do it at all, then definitely take a rest and just take the L with it and wait for a week or two until your arm fully recovers. But if it's bearable pain that you're feeling, and you can simply put more weight on the left rather than the right hand, then do that, bro. Honestly, do that. Now I have a wrist injury right now. It's not very serious. It's just like a minor injury from doing push-ups every single day. And so yesterday I was supposed to do a lot of push-ups as usual, but I actually skipped a lot of my push-ups and a lot of my important exercises due to the fact that I made this excuse that my hand is hurting. And I actually regret this now. I regret this today a little bit, because I know that I could have done better. Now I have other reasons, such as having no time to sleep and whatnot, but I know that I could have done better and I should have done better. And same for you, bro. Do not make this an excuse, the fact that your wrist is hurting. Still double down, still work out, still do push-ups, still do it all. Just you can decrease the amount of push-ups that you're doing. So instead of overload it, you have to underload it in a sense. and that's how you work with it. That's how you cope with it. That's how you deal with it. So wait it out and keep doing your exercises regularly, and it will eventually go away. Like, the pain will eventually go away and you will be good. Your arm and your hand will even get used to it, so your wrist will not even hurt no longer if you keep on doing the push-ups every single day regardless of the pain. Because that's how we guys are meant to be, you know. That's how we're meant to be as young men. We're meant to be disciplined, we're meant to be strong, we're meant to be unemotional, not emotional, and not follow our pain receptors. Like, we don't care about that, bro. We don't care about how we feel. We're supposed to do the work every single day. It's our duty to God. So even when you feel pain with your wrist injury or with your shoulder injury or with your calluses here when you do pull-ups, I often get a lot of calluses too. Right now I don't have them due to the fact that I stopped doing pull-ups, but if you constantly do pull-ups, then definitely do not whatever exercise you're doing, do not simply just take a big rest every time you hurt a little bit. Now, maybe if you're hurting, you're doing something wrong. Like I said, maybe you're inflicting more weight on one arm than the other. Like, that's probably it. That's always it. Maybe when you're doing the pull-ups, you're not holding the pull-up bar or gripping it well. You know, there's always a problem when you feel that type of constant pain every single day due to doing a certain exercise. So try to fix that problem and keep doing the exercise and you'll be good. I wouldn't advise you to rest and just be a coward for 7 days until you recover, because that's not how we men are supposed to be. We men are supposed to fight even when our legs are cut off. That's how the military works. That's how the armies work. We're supposed to be strong regardless and unemotional. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope you understood the concept and how exactly you can stop that pain from occurring, as well as dealing with that pain after it actually happens. So yeah, thank you for watching, bro.